Hello, my name is Emily, and I was in a car accident 2 weeks ago on a Sunday, July 28th. My car was totaled. The insurance company is working with Toyota with the settlements. In the interim, I have a rental car, which I have to return on Monday, and I've never been in this predicament. Well, I've had cars that had to be brought to the body shop to be fixed because they weren't totaled, and the mechanic in the body shop said, we can fix this, you know, and he gave me breaks where in some cases I didn't want to report it, so he would give me a break, even though if I went to insurance he would get a better rate, but he was my friend and I was grateful for that. Now I'm in a whole different situation because I have no car. My car is destroyed. I surrendered my title, I filled out the power of attorney, and I sent the police report. And I told the police what happened, that my accelerator seemed to jam or get stuck, and I had no control of the car. I had to swerve to my right because there was a car in front of me and a car behind me, and if I maintained that speed, 40 miles an hour, and I went straight, I would have hit that car in front of me. The car behind me would have hit me most likely. I would probably have not survived the impact, and I have no idea what could have happened to the driver in front of me or the driver behind me, and for that matter, the drivers to my left. So I swerved, hit a curb, went airborne, and crashed into trees. And I literally thought before impact that I was not going to survive. I was literally preparing to die. My airbags deployed, I had my seatbelt on, the windshield cracked, the car in the front was completely totaled. And if I hit the car in front of me, it would have been worse. So I'm lucky I survived. But the hardest thing now is hoping that my insurance is not going to go up significantly where I can't afford to buy a car and insure it. And now I'm going to look for a car that's reasonably priced. I don't believe I'll be able to buy a new car, even if I try to buy the lower echelon of cars that are considered reliable. You know, I don't know what the lowest featured car is in the Toyota family, so I may still try to find out, or I go to Hyundai, Kia, or get a affordable Honda Civic. So I would also go with one of my friends who knows cars, because I'm not good at determining the price of a car. I will, for now on, though, look at Kelley Blue Book to see, and I will go to dealerships. But right now this is all academic because I have no idea if the insurance is going to still cover me because of this accident, even though it wasn't my fault. It was a freak accident, and I need to bring it to the attention of Toyota, and I don't know how I'm going to prove it, even though I know what happened. So they are going to have an investigative team check it out, but I'm returning the rental on Monday. I have to make sure I get my plates to DMV before I return the car, and then I'll be without a car. They will drive me home, but I will not have a car. And now I have to determine that they're still going to cover me, but I have no idea what's going to happen to my rates when it comes up for renewal. And that's what I'm worried about. And if I went to another insurance company, I believe my rates would still be very high. I have my wife's car on the policy, so they're not going to close out the policy because I'm going to maintain her car on the policy. My car, since it's a total loss, will come off the policy. And the premium obviously will be less because there's only one car now. But I can't function without a car. If I'm without a car and I'm homebound, I'm gonna get sick. I'm going to get crazy. I am already isolated, and now to have no car, my isolation will get worse and worse. My mental state will get worse and worse. I need a car to get around. Before I had to rent a car, I had to get prescription medication, and I didn't want to have to call a taxi cab or Uber or Lyft. I walked to get my prescription at Walgreens. And now I go to Walmart because it's closer walking distance and it's cheaper. But I had a prescription filled at Walgreens, and you're talking about at least a 5-mile round-trip walk. Although it's good exercise because I do want to lose weight, especially before I have surgery in September, which supposedly will be September 10th. So I do need to lose some weight. But I can't continually walk these long distances. And if I decided to get a pizza slice and take Matthew to a movie, that will be roughly a 6 to 7 mile round trip walk. And I can't expect my son to be able to do that. So I am very limited now in what I can do. I'm homebound, I'm depressed. I need to rise above the depression. I need to have hope that my insurance will not go up because this was not my fault, even though they may consider it my fault because it was a one-car accident, even though I swerved around to avoid the car in front of me. It's not indicated in the police report because the car wasn't involved in the accident, nor was the car behind me. But luckily I did avoid it, even though it's not included in the police report, because if that played out, it would have been a catastrophic accident. So I had the quick reflexes to swerve to my right. I was lucky the car didn't flip over, but it did go airborne after I jumped the curb. And then before impact, I thought I was gonna die. And then as I hit the trees and the bushes, my airbags deployed. It was total shock because I didn't know what was going to happen. And the airbags came right to my body, and it saved my life, along with wearing the seatbelt, because my windshield was cracked, and if I didn't have my seatbelt on, I could have been worse off, maybe even get hit with the windshield. I didn't suffer many injuries in the accident, thank God, but mentally it's not so good. I'm reliving this accident, and it's scary because I'm having trouble sleeping. But I'm unable to find an attorney that will represent me on a contingency basis, so I just don't know what to do. It seems if I wanted to pin the blame on Toyota because there was something wrong with my car, I would have to represent myself, basically. And I can't do that if I'm going to be run around by all these professional attorneys representing Toyota. So I don't even think it would help if I represented myself. So they are, the insurance company that I'm represented by is arranging that Toyota reps come and investigate the car, specifically with the accelerator and the brakes, because I couldn't even stop the car with the brakes. It seemed once that accelerator got stuck, the brakes were affected by it, and the car was totally out of control. And if I didn't swerve to my right and go and plow into the trees, I would have hit that car, and that would have been a disaster. So I avoided that. But like I said, it's not indicated in the police report. So now I'm hoping that this will not impact severely on my ability to drive, because if I can't drive, I'm going to go crazy. And if I can't drive, I'm going to lose interest. I'm not going to be able to cope. I won't be able to go to my doctor appointments, and I will be reliant strictly on taxi cabs, Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, and buses. And that will be very difficult for me. And I will be extremely depressed. And I question if I'd be able to go on. I would not be able to survive much longer if this was going to happen. So I hope to God that things work out. The gap insurance should cover the difference between what my insurance company pays Toyota, and the gap insurance will cover the rest. So my liability with Toyota will go away. But the fact that my insurance company is going to have to lay out like $20,000, I believe they're going to hold it against me, unless they can determine through this expert witness tests that the car indeed had mechanical failure. And even though I know in my heart that I did experience mechanical failure with that accelerator, I don't know what their results will say. So I'm at their mercy. And all I can hope for is that they do uncover a defect with that accelerator, because that accelerator locked up and I had no control over that car. And I've read articles where this happened to other people, and sadly in some cases there were fatalities. Luckily that wasn't the case with my accident, but I need to tell them my side of the story and let them know that my accelerator did not work, and I could have got killed. If I hit the car in front of me, they might have got killed, and the car behind me, somebody might have got killed. But I don't want to belabor the point. I'm just telling you that I took quick action to avoid hitting those cars. And initially when I swerved, I had no idea what I was going to hit. Luckily I did hit the bushes and the tree and broke the fence. I'm responsible for that damage. But that cushioned my car, and the force back to me was far less than it could have been if I hit a car directly at 40 miles an hour, or I crashed into a building at 40 miles an hour. I would be dead, and I might have killed other people. And if I survived and killed somebody, I wouldn't be able to live with myself. So I'm just hoping that I will be exonerated and that I will have the insurance in place and I will be able to find a way to get a car. Not an expensive car, but a car that's reliable, whether it's on the lower end for a new car or it's a good second-hand car. At this point, I have no idea. So that's where I stand with that. And I'm going to bring my friend to help me to pay the right price and determine if I need the extras that they're going to push on me. And I know there is one extra that I will agree to, and that's gap insurance. And I'm just lucky that when I bought this Toyota Prius C, that I did have gap insurance, because it would have been my responsibility to pay the difference. But with gap insurance, they will pay the difference. So I just hope and pray that I will be able to drive again, because I'm going crazy. I can't even take my son out to a movie and get him lunch or dinner, and that really sucks. I'll leave it at that, and hopefully I can do another video that's uplifting, and I can tell you, hopefully, with the grace of God, that my insurance will stay in place, that they're not going to raise the premium because it was an accident, that they find a liability with the car, that there was a failure with the accelerator, and that I find a car that I like and it's affordable. So that's where I stand. And if all that works out, I will let you all know. So anyway, now I'm going to try to get some sleep, because I've been having a lot of sleepless nights, and I need to take care of my health. Otherwise, I'm going to go crazy. All right, it's a wrap.